All right, good evening, everyone. I'm going to call to order this meeting of the Richfield City Council meeting. And the clock in the room is not accurate, it is actually 7:01. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you're able, please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I did have one statement I wanted to read before we started the rest of our official business. There have been recent media reports of racist text messages being sent out this past week across the United States, including in our area. I want to be very clear that here in Richfield, we will not tolerate bigotry, discrimination, or violence of any kind. Richfield's diversity is our strength, and we will continue to work together as a united community. Our message is clear that we stand as one and will not tolerate hatred. Together we are Richfield strong. Thank you. All right, now we'll move on to the open forum. Do we have any forms that have been turned in for the open forum? Is there anybody online? All right, I'm going to read.
Mayor?
Are we good? We've changed our policy. Can
Correct.
you explain the new policy
Yes.
for the online part?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So we did not have people that were asking or participating in the WebEx offerings, and so we have changed that, and if anyone needs to join the meeting and wants to provide any kind of comment, they can do it virtually through WebEx, but they need to give us notice of that. And the language is on our website.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Hayford O'Leary.
Could we include the instructions on how to do that on the agendas, kind of like we used to include the call-in instructions, just saying email this person at this date?
Sure.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. So is there anyone here that would like to comment on open forum? All right, then we'll move on at this point to approval of the minutes of the City Council meeting of October 22nd, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Are there any comments or questions? All in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right. So at this point, we've approved the minutes, and we're going to go on to a celebratory part of the meeting, the 19th Annual Great Pumpkin Giveaway Coloring Contest winners. So I'm going to be joined by Steve Schneeberger, and he's going to tell us all about the program. Thank you.
Council members, my name is Steve Schneeberger. I'm a local business person here, and Lisa Hintermeister is one of our business partners, and we are excited to once again award 3 young winners of our annual pumpkin giveaway coloring contest. It's become quite a tradition over the last few years that the mayor actually gets to judge these entries and award the prizes tonight. We had 150 people draw or color, and in 3 different age groups, so we're going to be giving an award for each of the 3 age groups. But before I turn the microphone over to Mayor Supple, I'd like to first of all thank the sponsors and our team players that helped us kind of continue to help us make this a success every year. So Carl Herman with State Farm in Richfield, BJ Skoog with Richfield Leadership Network, Dave and Lisa Hintermeister, Lisa who's here, they're with Illuminate Home Loans. And then I'd also like to thank the city partners that have been helpful to us over the years. City Parks and Recreation has helped facilitate and promote the event. And this year we're very excited that Visit Richfield gave us a grant to help buy gift cards from local restaurants to give away as door prizes. And then finally, Richfield Arts Commission stepped up this year, and they actually helped facilitate the coloring contest. They were there volunteering, and they provided these beautiful trophies, which is the first time ever. So these young winners are going to be super excited. But thank you to the City of Richfield, and thank you for the partners and the teammates, and thank you, Mayor Supple, for being there as well. So, would you like me to announce the winners?
Sure.
Okay, so in our age group of 5 and under, we have Chase Fissick. Chase, would you like to come up? And Mayor Supple will give you your trophy.
Congratulations. I really like Congratulations.
And then in the age 6 to 8 category, we have Everett Sinnott. Everett? And then in our 9-year and older category, we had Tatsuo Bond.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you again to all the sponsors and to all the participants. Next, we'll move on to our commission reports. And first, we'll have the Civil Service Commission from President Jeffrey Bruzek.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Council. I'm Jeffrey Bruzek. I'm the President of the Civil Service Commission for the City of Richfield, and I'm here to report as required. A couple things happened this year. It was very exciting. We had a new firefighter process. We hired 3 firefighters, Rodriguez, Baird, and Olson. We are now technically up to 9 firefighters on each shift. The extra 3rd position allows us to cover an extended military leaves that may happen with our crew. We've also established intern positions for the captain and lieutenant positions. We filled the vacancy for Captain Ewald over his year-long deployment. We should all congratulate him for that extra time he took away from his family. We also used different eligibility lists in order to split the time with all the candidates. We also had a promotional process for the lieutenant and captain positions. Now we just have one process for both positions, just more for the captains, obviously. We also established eligibility rosters for the captain and lieutenant positions. If we need to fill them in the future, each one of those lists go on for 2 years unless we remove and update them. Regarding the fire department, we completed our strategic plan and a standard operating procedure for the ongoings of the department. We codified our mission, vision, and values of the Richfield Fire Department as well. And more important to the nuts and bolts of it all, we had a record number of calls for 2023 of 4,989 different calls. Thankfully, less than 10% of those actually have to have fires. And we're on pace to set another record with already 5,000 calls in 2024. With that is a report. It's an honor and a pleasure to serve the city of Richfield. Thank you.
Thank you, President Bruzek. Does anyone have any questions? Appreciate all the work that you do, and we always hear good things from staff member Kelly Wen, who's your liaison, so thank you. Next, we'll move on to the Transportation Commission and Chair Bradley.
Hello, and thank you for having me here today. The Transportation Commission has met 7 times in 2024. The highlight of the Commission's work this year was providing a recommendation to the City Council to advance the county's design proposal for Nicollet Avenue reconstruction. The Commission welcomed 5 new members this year who have all provided great new perspectives that have led to productive discussion on agenda items. The Commission hosted 2 open houses for the Nicollet Avenue project and discussed the project design at 5 meetings, including a joint meeting with City Council members in June. The Commission is proud of the collaborative effort with county staff to develop the preferred concept and is excited to see the final product in a few years. The commission has also been involved in hosting 4 open houses and having discussions about the designs for 2 upcoming Safe Routes to School projects. These projects are on 70th Street at the STEM and RDLS elementary schools and on 73rd Street at Centennial Elementary School. Both of these projects were recently recommended to continue forward with a preferred design by the Transportation Commission. At other meetings this year, the Transportation Commission has received presentations from MnDOT on their I-494 construction, from Metro Transit on their Route 4 Better Bus Routes project, and from city staff on the city's speed limit reduction plans, the pavement management program, local sales tax referendum, and ongoing construction projects. The commission has also discussed grant applications for the Safe Routes to School and Reconnecting Communities programs, recommended the Active Transportation Action Plan to the City Council for approval, and discussed Metro Transit's plans for future transit service. In 2025, the Transportation Commission anticipates discussion items about MnDOT's Phase 2 plans for I-494, the early stages of public engagement for the planned Penn Avenue reconstruction, and other citywide transportation items as they come up. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a lot on your plate when you start listing it all off. Wow. Councilmember Hafer Lyria, usually the liaison. Did you want to add anything?
I just wanted to say grateful for the work from the whole commission. Particularly nice that you have these opportunities and these open houses to connect with the community on Nicollet Avenue and on those topics. And it's just been great to see so many commissioners there that are there for some of them the entire meeting and talking with residents, talking about why what's in front of them is what it is, getting their ideas, and it's been really iterative. And I'm also just really excited about Nicollet and can't wait to see it break ground.
All right. Councilmember Troutman.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to say a special thanks to Commissioner Husnia Dent Bradley Daniels, and I'm sorry, when I grew up in Richfield, one of the things that you can see so clearly are the changes and improvements in our roads. And when I walk down our streets, and they're better, they're safer, they're more just, it's never done, but it's one of the yardsticks that we can really look at. We've made a lot of incredible investments, and so I just want to, and it's also a commission where you get a lot of direct community feedback. And so you just hold the passions of our city too. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Yes, thank you so much, Chair Bradley, and please express our thanks to the rest of the commission. You all do really great work.
Well, thanks. We enjoy serving the city. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we will move on to a proclamation celebrating Small Business Saturday, and I'm going to be joined by business owner Travis Piaski, who's from BodyTex RX Wellness, and he's going to join me to receive the presentation for the proclamation. Thank you. This is a proclamation of the City of Richfield. Whereas the City of Richfield celebrates our local small businesses and the contributions they make to the local economy and community, and whereas the Small Business Administration, as well as other public and private organizations, have endorsed that the Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday, and whereas the City of Richfield has partnered with Hennepin County to support Small Business Saturday with the multi-jurisdictional Love Local campaign, which encourages residents to support local, independently owned businesses and the business districts that create jobs, boost the economy, and make our community vibrant and livable. Now, therefore, I, Mary Supple, Mayor of the City of Richfield, on behalf of the Richfield City Council, do hereby proclaim Saturday, November 30th, 2024, as Small Business Saturday in the City of Richfield, and urge the residents of our community to support small businesses and merchants on the Small Business Saturday and throughout the year. Proclaim this 12th day of November, 2024. Thank you. Jan wanted to take a picture, so. Did you want to say a few words?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for having me, and it's an honor to represent all of the small businesses. It's been happy to see a lot of small businesses around Richfield starting to grow and boom, and lots of new restaurants in the area. So it's exciting. I love this small community. Thank you.
Thank you. There you go. Our next item is approval of the agenda.
I move the approval of the agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The agenda is approved. We'll next move on to the consent agenda, and I'll turn it over to City Manager Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mayor. The consent calendar contains several separate items which are acted upon by the City Council in one motion. Once the consent calendar has been approved, the individual items and recommended actions have also been approved. No further council actions on these items is necessary. On tonight's consent calendar, item A, consider approval of the ice time rental agreement between the City of Richfield and Minneapolis Hockey Association for the next 5 years. Item B, consider the approval of the first reading of a new ordinance regarding registration of cannabis and hemp businesses and related regulations. Item C, consider approval of the intensive comprehensive peace officer education and training 2025 grant between the City of Richfield Police Department and the Minnesota Department of Public Safety's Office of Justice Programs to fund non-traditional police officer candidates. Item D, consider the adoption of a resolution determining the results of the city general election on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. Item E, consider approval of the purchase of two 2025 aerial lift trucks from Altech, Inc. for $389,907 plus tax, title, and licensing fees, and authorize the city manager to approve contract changes under $175,000 without further city council consideration. And I submit these items for your consideration as part of the consent calendar.
Thank you. Councilmember Hayfield-Leary.
Just a question on the canvas item. It mentions the unofficial results are attached. Is the resolution updated from what's in our packet, or does that just refer to the page, the printout pages after the resolution?
It would have the unofficial results first. That was included with the packet. And then the resolution and the abstract of the election would be the attachment that was added.
Okay, got it. So the resolution is correct, and that's what we're passing? Okay, and it's minor, but Walter Burke's last name, I believe, is misspelled in it. There's no E, or there should be an E removed, so. Is that a change we need to actually make, or can you just edit that? Okay, but like should I move it with that change, or can I, okay. Okay, well, I'll just, if there are further amendments, you can do that, but I will move the consent calendar with a change to item D to correct the spelling of Mr. Burke's last name.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Councilmember Whalen.
Just with the general election results in, want to congratulate Rory and Walter as our future council members, and congratulate Councilmember Troutman and I on being fellow lame ducks now. And then also want to thank all of the voters who weighed in on our ballot questions around the local sales tax to fund our recreation needs. That'll come up in a future item tonight, but just want to thank everyone who had conversations about that and weighed in on that. Was a robust community discussion.
Right, any other comments? Councilmember Troutman.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to make two brief comments. One, I wanted to thank our police chief, Jay Henthorn. see the approval of the ICPOET grants, and you say, well, what's a grant? Well, grant is nothing. You have to have a vision to see how you can utilize it and then aggressively pursue it. And that's probably one of the first conversations we had talking about this program. And through your leadership, we've been able to expand it. And through even the last couple of months, you've really been a regional leader in using this program in a great way. So I just want to say thanks to all our law enforcement, but specifically to your leadership. And then I also did just want to say thank you to our residents. Every time democracy works, I just find it amazing, and I'm so grateful. And I've lived and been in countries where it works less well, and it's extraordinary. And to have lived in Richfield and now see us on the verge of being able to make some really significant investments in our community, my heart's full of joy. So thanks, Richfield.
All right, any other comments or questions? I wanted to comment on item B about the first reading of the new ordinance. I was listening to a report on NPR, and they were talking about how it's really important to do enforcement of these ordinances in order to give the legal businesses a fair shot. That if you don't do a really good job of enforcement, that hurts the legal businesses. And so I wanted to really put that out there, that I was really happy to see that we were going to do compliance checks and that we were going to really work on the enforcement. Because if we're trying to build a legal economy, and we want to make sure that those businesses have a fair chance and that they're not being undercut by somebody who's doing something illegal. So we have those. I also would like to thank the voters of Richfield for passing the 3 parks amendments. I'm looking forward to the projects as we go forward, and I really appreciate that the voters decided to invest in our future and to leave a legacy for the future generations from that park system. Congratulations to for your reelection, Councilmember Hayford O'Leary, and welcome to Councilmember Burke and Councilmember Coleman Woods. We're looking forward to working with them both. With that, we have a motion on the floor to approve the consent agenda. All in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed? And we have approved the consent calendar. We'll next be moving on to item number 8, and I'll turn that over to Councilmember Hayford O'Leary.
Thank you. And we don't have much of an executive summary for this, but this is to consider a resolution providing for the sale of $10 million of general obligation sales tax revenue bonds, Series 202A, and these will finance the improvement of Wood Lake Nature Center building project. Does staff have anything to add?
We are available for questions.
Okay, I will move the motion. I move that we approve the attached resolution providing for the sale of $10 million of general obligation sales tax revenue bonds, Series 2024A.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Councilmember Whalen.
Could I just ask, I'm sorry if I missed an email today, but I see that we do have a pre-sale report. Is there anything of note to summarize from that? I believe our financial consultant.
Yeah, Rebecca Kurtz from Ellers, our financial advisor, is here.
Is this on? Oh, there's the light. Okay, sorry. Good evening, Rebecca Kurtz from Ellers. As alluded to, there is a pre-sale report that does highlight, again, these bonds will be issued per the approval from the referendum for, this is the first in probably 3, but to be determined in the future. Different bond issues to finance the various park projects, so there will be more to come. One thing that I do want to note with this is that these bonds, while we do anticipate all of the debt service being paid solely by the sales tax revenues, they will be general obligations of the city, which mean in any unlikely event that the sales tax revenues are not sufficient, you would be promising your full faith and credit to levy taxes for any shortfall. We have structured these with a term of 6 years, and with that, we are structuring it so all of the sales tax the first year would go to pay debt service on these bonds, and then based on the projections from the final 5 years after that first year of principal, the final 5 years, we have anticipated about 50% of the sales tax will go for this bond, which leaves additional revenues for the next issue that you would be doing. With that, we are looking at having money available on December 30th, so they would close still this year, and I'm happy to go into more detail or answer any additional questions.
Are there any additional questions? I appreciate the thorough information. All right, any other discussion? Okay, so the motion before us is to approve the attached resolution providing for the sale of $10 million in general obligation sales tax revenue bonds, Series 2024A. All in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed? All right, we have approved those. Next, we'll move on to item 9, Councilmember Troutman.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 9 is to consider a resolution approving the contract with the International Association of Firefighters Local 1215 for the contract period of January 1, 2024 through December 31, 2025. The recommended settlement provides a cost of living wage adjustment of 3% with an additional 3.5% market adjustment, effective the first full pay period of January 2024, and a cost of living wage adjustment of 3% with an additional 1% market adjustment, effective the first full pay period of January 2025. A high-level summary of the other provisions of the tentative agreement include, and this is an addition of funds to members covered by the agreement for annual wellness screening and exams, an agreement to the same level of contributions that management and general services employees will be receiving in the same period of time, a $50 increase to clothing and equipment allowances in 2024 to $750 annually, and another $50 in 2025, an increase in severance pay out of sick time, and employees with under 10 years of service will receive 25% of accumulated sick leave. Upon hire, new employees will be provided with 143 hours of leave in their sick leave bank, and during the employee's first 6 months, the employees will not accrue any additional sick leave. If the employee terminates employment during the first 6 months, the employee will not be given severance for any of the remaining leave in the sick bank. Paid parental leave will be provided for all firefighters who are in line with the paid parental leave city policy, and employees shall receive 312 hours of holiday leave per year. Holiday hours shall be incurred at the rate of 12 per hour biweekly payroll. Employees shall also be allowed to sell back up to 120 hours of their holiday time during each calendar year, and the option to sell back holiday time must be exercised between January 1 and November 15th of each year. Employees will also be provided with a $40 per month for communication and use of job-related applications on personal cell phones while on and off duty. And so I would move that we adopt the resolution providing the provisions of the 2024 labor agreement with International Association of Firefighters Local 1215 bargaining unit and authorize the city manager to execute the agreement.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? I would like to thank both parties in the negotiations, both the representatives from the Firefighters Local 1215 and the representative from the City of Richfield Management. I know that it was a lot of hard work, and I appreciate that you all worked together and figured out a solution, so thank you. Any other discussion? Councilmember Troutman.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to acknowledge and just let our residents know, I think a lot of folks appreciate our firefighters, but what folks might not know is that especially post-pandemic, the amount of calls that they've been going on has increased significantly. Am I right? And so when we are increasing their pay, it's not just because the cost of living is going up, which we know it is, but also I just want to acknowledge and recognize and say thank you that the volume of work you're doing has gone up. And we, as residents, we want to say thank you. So, thank you.
Thank you. So the motion is before us. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And we have adopted the resolution. Thank you. Next, we'll move on to item number 10. Councilmember Whalen.
Thank you, Mayor. This item is to consider approval of a contract with Fractional Head Start CFO LLC to provide fractional CFO/finance director services and authorize the mayor and city manager to execute the contract. The city's current finance director is separating at the end of the year. The city recruited for the position but did not find candidates to fulfill the position's needs at this time. The recommendation is to contract with Fractional Head Start CFO to provide the services. The contracted services would be primarily provided by Mary Abogi, I apologize if I mispronounced her name, who has 35+ years experience in the government/public sector in financial leadership and executive roles. The proposal is for Fractional Head Start CFO to provide services for an average of 20 hours per week. This scope of services includes financial planning and strategy, training, developing, and supporting finance staff, budgeting and forecasting, general accounting and financial services, financial reporting, risk management, and continued improvement initiatives through all of that. So, does staff have anything to add on this item?
I just want to point out that Mary Bogie is here tonight. She's the owner and will be providing our fractional CFO services. So if you have any questions for her.
I guess I will make the motion and then can open it up for conversation. So I'd move that we authorize the mayor and city manager to finalize and execute the contract with Fractional Head Start CFO LLC to provide fractional CFO and finance director services.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any comments or questions? Thank you for attending the meeting tonight, and we're looking forward to working with you. This is a very important part of our city government, and I'm glad that we're moving forward on this. Is there anyone else that wishes to comment? All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And we have approved the motion. Thank you. Next, we'll move on to the city manager's report. City Manager Rodriguez.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I wanted to add my thank yous to the voters for their support, and we're excited to get going on those projects and deliver them up to their expectations. I was reading the League of Minnesota Cities had something where they looked at all the referendum questions and only, it was a majority, but 58% of them passed. And I really believe these projects will be transformational for Richfield, so excited about that. Also wanted to add my thanks to Chris Faint, who is the president of Local 1215. It's a lot of hours that you put in negotiating these contracts, and so we are pleased to get it done and approved, and we will implement it, and looking forward to getting back on track so that we are not negotiating and passing them into the year. And that's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments for the city manager? Then we will move on to claims and payroll.
I'd move claims and payroll.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to approve claims and payroll. Are there any comments or questions? I did notice the number of escrows that were being cleaned up, and I know that was a project that you've been working on, and so it was good to see that that was being implemented. Any other comments or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And we have approved claims and payroll. Next, for Hats Off to Hometown Hits, Councilmember Whalen.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one quick one. Want to say thank you to everyone who has applied to be part of a city board or commission. And looking forward to hearing from those folks on Saturday, reading through the applications, but have a lot of interest in playing a role in our city, and heard from a few of our commissioners today about the work that they do, and it's incredibly important. So thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Hayford O'Leary.
Yeah, I just also wanted to give my thanks about the vote. Well, first off, thank you for reelecting me, voters who might be watching, but also thank you for the votes on the park referendum. That was really important to the city. It was great even tonight to be issuing this bond to be paid by that sales tax. And I'm proud not only are we in the 58% that passed, we passed by huge 2-to-1 margins. So it's great to see that this is not something that's just squeaking through, but something the community is really excited about. So thanks.
Go ahead, Councilmember Troutman.
Thank you, Mayor. I also wanted to say again, thank you for everybody that participated in our elections. And this is my last time to say it, that Minnesota has some of the highest voting turnout, often the highest voting turnout in the country, and Richfield has some of the highest voting turnout in the state. And Ward 1 has some of the highest, and consistently has the highest voting turnout in the city of Richfield. Everybody votes. And I think it just bespeaks the level of participation and connection that people have to our community. And for folks that may have not supported the referendum, this is just a reminder that, and again, a thank you to our staff for getting the funding from the federal government and the funding from the state government, and now with the sales tax, a majority of that sales tax revenue will come not in the form of property taxes, but from taxes paid by people coming to Richfield. And so the reason we're going to be able to have incredible new facilities is because of really smart strategic thinking and a ton of hard work. And I just want to say thank you to everybody.
I believe it was 89% for the voter participation, which is incredibly high. I would like to thank the students and faculty of the STEM school and also the Honoring All Veterans Memorial Committee for the 2 programs they had yesterday for Veterans Day to honor our veterans. It was just very heartwarming to see all of the students thanking the veterans that were there in attendance and talking about the importance of what they had done and their service to our country. And then last night at the Honoring All Veterans Memorial, they were some more names were inscribed, and we almost have filled up the whole inside portion of the memorial. So we'll start working on the outside ring. And there are plans, I found out, that if those all get filled up, they can add another row of slabs to it. So it was just very exciting to see all of the people that were honoring our veterans. Again, thank you to everyone who participated in the election, and I want to say a thank you to the election judges, because it wouldn't be possible without them and without our city clerk and city staff to hold that election. So thank you to everyone that was involved in that. With that, if we have no further business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you.